Rebels. Engage the rebels.
Hey guys, Rogue Nation here with you today. We got an awesome update video from Doral, Florida. This was a video that I covered about 5 months ago where a kid was walking around his apartment complex. Security guard called the cops on him. Cops ran up, slammed him on the ground, arrested the kid. So we want to start off by letting everyone know that the charges were dropped. So the charges were dropped in the case. The mother did put a complaint on the officers. There was an internal affairs investigation. We're going to bring you the audio for that internal affairs investigation, and we're going to contrast it now with the body cam footage of the officer. I won't be talking during the video. It's just going to be me cutting in and out with the audio and showing the body cam footage and how it doesn't add up to what is being said in the internal affairs complaint. As always, they investigated themselves and they found no wrongdoing, except for the fact that they did say that the officer cursed, was unprofessional in his language. That's the only thing they found that he violated. Not excessive force, not unlawful arrest, nothing of that nature. Of course, they didn't say that any of that occurred. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. This is one of the reasons why we can't have any accountability, because the internal affairs investigation just was whitewash. So alright guys, thanks for watching.
Today's date is June 6, 2023. The time is 2:43 p.m. I am Sergeant Javier Sarmiento, assigned to the Office of Internal Affairs for the City of Doral Police Department. We're currently at the Doral Police Headquarters building located at 6100 Northwest 99 Avenue. Also present is Lieutenant Orlando Sanchez and PBA Attorney Daniel Vasquez on behalf of Officer Ariel Gonzalez. We are here today to obtain a sworn statement from Officer Ariel Gonzalez, who is listed as a subject officer in regards to Internal Affairs case number IA2023-02. The complaint on this case is Romina Portes. These allegations are in reference to an incident that occurred on or about February 14, 2023 in the area of the Courts community located at 6500 Northwest 114 Avenue. Officer Gonzalez, do you understand that this interview is being recorded?
Yes.
Officer Gonzalez, have you had the opportunity to review the complaint and the case file?
Yes.
You were provided with copies of Florida State Statute 112, 532, 533, and 534, the Law Enforcement Bill of Rights, and Garrity warnings. Is that correct?
Yes.
You are required to give a statement for administrative purposes. You will be asked questions specifically, directly, and narrowly related to the performance of your official duties or continued fitness for office. I further advise you that if you refuse to answer questions relating to the performance of your official duties or fitness for duty, you are subject to departmental charges, which could result in your dismissal from the City of Doral Police Department. If you do answer, neither your statement nor information or evidence which is gained by reason of such statements can be used against you in any subsequent criminal proceedings, except perjury. However, these statements may be used against you in relation to the subsequent departmental charges. Please state your name and your badge number.
Officer Ariel Gonzalez, badge number 435.
And what's your current classification?
A K-9 officer.
Alright, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Officer Gonzalez, I want to call your attention to the evening or the early morning hours of February 14, 2023. Were you on duty that day?
Yes, I was.
And what unit are you assigned to?
Assigned to the K-9 unit, part of the 340 squad with Sergeant Romero.
Okay. Is that a uniform unit?
Yes.
Alright. And what uniform do you typically wear?
I wear my K-9 uniform sign that's green polo with significant insignia at the back that says police K-9. Also with a badge in the front with my first initial and last name.
Okay, so your uniform does have a badge and the words police clearly displayed on it?
Correct.
All right. Do you drive a police vehicle?
Yes, a marked police vehicle.
Okay, which has police markings?
Police markings.
Is your vehicle equipped with emergency lights?
Yes, it is.
All right. And do you have a body-worn camera assigned to you?
I do.
All right. Were you wearing a body-worn camera that morning?
Yes, I was.
All right. Do you recall responding to the courts located at 6500 Northwest 114 Avenue?
I do.
Do you remember the reference to the call?
Yes, I do remember the reference.
Well, what was it?
It was a 37 suspicious persons while walking around the complex while security was attempting to stop them. They were refusing to comply and continued walking away. Okay. That's all we got.
Did you arrive on scene with your emergency lights on?
Yes, I did.
And it was early in the morning, so it was dark outside.
Yes, it was.
All right. So were your emergency lights clearly visible from a distance?
I would suppose so.
Okay. Well, when you got on scene, who'd you speak with?
I spoke to security that was on scene, advising me that there were several subjects that were walking around, refusing to comply with their commands or anything. They didn't know who they were, dressed all in black. When I first arrived, they were nowhere to be seen or found.
Okay. And how did you end up coming in contact with or do you remember Mr. Juan Portez?
I do remember him, yes.
And how did you come in contact with him?
An officer was on the phone with the security guard, and through the radio communication, they were able to deter me to where the security was. I had a visual of the subject.
So, did security tell you that Mr. Portez was the person walking around with the flashlight?
He didn't. He just said that that's the guy right there that we've been trying to stop. I was looking around, yes. I was looking into vehicles with their flashlight on.
So security guard pointed directly at...
He just pointed and said, that's the subject right there. That's the guy that we've been trying to stop.
Was there anybody else out there?
There was another security guard with him.
No, I mean, were there any other people around Mr. Portez?
No.
Was he the only person in the area?
From what I can see, yes, from a distance.
And then what happened after that?
I advised myself as a police officer. I told him he needed to come to make contact with him. He refused. Started cursing, profanity several times, refusing to comply with any commands that I was giving him. At that moment, he went ahead and just continued to walk away from me, and that's when I had to go to where he was at, around behind of a building. He was dressed all in black. I don't know if he was armed or anything. I don't know what kind of I don't know what was going to happen. So I had to go into the unknown, make the contact with him. As soon as I made contact with him, he was still refusing to comply with anything I was trying to tell him. I then, when I went to detain him, because at the end of the day we were conducting an investigation as to him being a possible subject, he started resisting. I had to place him. Place him on the ground to place handcuffs on him. He still resisted. At that time, he got up again after I told him to continue staying on the ground. He refused, stood up again. I had to try to detain him again, place him back on the ground in the grass. It was a grassy area, and that was it. I was able to restrain him and call for backup. What's up? I'm a fucking cop. What do you think I am? Get your fucking ass on the ground right now. Get your fucking ass on the ground right now. Get your ass on the fucking ground right now. My nigga, right? My nigga. Get your fucking ass on the ground. I told you.
Nigga, my dad's gonna come, man.
Get your ass on the ground. Get your ass on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Papa.
Get on the ground. What are you doing?
My fucking dad, bro. Yo, chill out, nigga.
Get your ass on the ground right now.
Get down on the ground.
Get on the ground right now.
My dad lives right there.
Get on the ground right now.
Papa.
Get your ass on the ground. Get on the... Papa, I'm not going to tell you again. 1,
2, put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back right now. You crazy? How many times?
Yo, I'm on the ground, bro.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mama! Yo!
Put your hands behind your back.
Mama! 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 Pop.
They're all 392.
What the fuck am I being arrested for?
Go ahead and send me 15. So one subject in custody. How many times do I gotta tell you to come over here?
Bro, I didn't know you were a cop.
You didn't know I was a cop?
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me right now?
I didn't know you were a cop.
Yeah, and you're still fighting me, right? Now you're going to jail. Come on.
Yo, my papa! Bro, my dad lives right there.
I'm gonna be right here in the courts.
Can you call my dad?
At the QTH, which one?
Can you call my dad?
Come on.
Please, bro. Yo, I'm here, man. Can you call my dad, please? Yo, I'm coming here.
How old are you, bro?
Bro, listen, can you call my dad, bro?
How old are you?
Nigga, I'm fucking training.
Alright, Papa, come on. Let's go. You're going to jail.
Yo, listen, can you call my dad, bro? Yo,
I'm not gonna tell you again. I'm not gonna tell you again to stop fighting me. Do you understand me?
Yes. You got it. I'm done.
Do you get me right now?
You got it. I'm done.
Now you're gonna stay here.
Alright.
Did he ever, when you took him to custody, did he ever say that he lived there?
No, he just kept screaming like mom and dad, like papa in Spanish. Not knowing what that was for. I don't know if he was trying to yell for somebody at that moment. I don't know if he lived there or not in the heat of the moment.
And was he complying with your commands?
He was not complying at all.
What was his demeanor?
His demeanor was just very. It was back and forth. At that moment, it kind of looked like he was some type of narcotics or some type of influence of something. I'm not sure. He was just very back and forth. He would escalate and then de-escalate right away, escalate right again. It was just very. I don't know how to explain it.
And why'd you want to detain him?
Well, to conduct an investigation. At this moment, he's a prime subject of a possible attempted burglary into vehicles. Plus, he's suspicious. That area was the courts, which is the complex that he was at, was hit pretty hard in vehicle robberies and burglaries the week before. Several vehicles were hit, so that was already an area where no subject was found, to my knowledge, and that could have been a possible subject at that time as well, based off what the security and the call was dispatched.
Okay. And were you guys in that area that evening or morning?
Yes.
Working that type of crime?
We were. There was vehicles. As a matter of fact, there was 2 officers sitting on a vehicle that was parked along a canal bank, a couple blocks away from that, which is the MO of these subjects. They park back there and they walk into these communities to the back area where it's not gated or properly secured, and that's how they go in and start doing vehicle burglaries.
Have you ever met Mr. Portes before that?
Never.
Do you have any knowledge of who he is or where he lived?
Never.
Did you know that he lived there?
I did not know.
Before the contact?
I did not know he lived there at all.
All right, and then...
And he fought me.
You fought him?
Hell yeah, he fought me. Kidding me? Look at me. I'll fight 5 on camera too. He didn't fight me.
Where your friends at? So you came alone?
You have no ID on you? You live where?
Any people you'd like clear for 17 at the Amazon warehouse? 1900.
Yeah, okay.
I was
Yeah, no, he didn't know I was a cop.
with the security guard the entire time.
And they were telling you to stop.
Did he identify himself? So, you didn't know he was a cop, but he identified himself.
They're just advising the box truck that was involved.
Bro, I was here.
Yes.
And
I thought you were in the next.
no, I said the courts. No, the courts, not the.
No, you said the gates. Somebody said the gates.
Somebody said it, but I said the courts.
Serena said the gates.
Oh.
That's why we're at the gates. So he ran? You're what?
Bro, I'm here,
Don't move.
and I'm like, hey, get your ass over here. He's like, he goes, what's up, my nigga? What's up? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where the fuck are you going? He's like, fuck you. Where? And he just kept walking. So he turned that corner. I started chasing him because I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, all black. And he's been fighting me. This whole time he's been fighting me, bro.
Stop. Relax. Don't resist, bro.
When you took him into custody, was he using vulgar language and profanity towards you?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you use vulgar language and profanity towards him?
I did.
Okay. And why?
Just of the escalation of the situation. He was up there. I had to go higher in my escalation to kind of de-escalate the situation. At times when I was talking to him in a certain way, he actually was calming down to where I was more defiant, I guess. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
So once he was detained in handcuffs and that scenario was done, did you use profanity towards him again?
I don't recall. I really, honestly, I probably did not.
Okay. Did you observe any injuries or marks on him or anything that would suggest that that he was battered or anything to that nature?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with the City of Doral body-worn camera policy?
Yes.
Okay. Was your camera on prior to making contact to Mr. Portes?
It was on, yes. It was physically on my body.
Okay. What was the camera in record mode before you exit your vehicle?
Before I exited my vehicle, no, because there was no, to my knowledge, there was no incident contact. I was just canvassing, driving around, looking for the subject. I didn't make any contact with anybody prior to that.
Do you remember speaking to Mr. Portes' parents on scene?
Yes, very vaguely.
Do you remember what they told you?
I don't recall.
Okay. Did you have any other contact with Mr. Portes that evening or that morning after he was taken into custody and taken from the scene?
The next time I made contact with him was after the fact when he was issued the promise to appear at the hospital.
And that was at the hospital?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you guys give him a PTA at the hospital?
I was told by my supervisor to issue a PTA due to the nature of him being in the hospital, and we couldn't have an officer there.
Okay. Did the doctors or anything ever tell you anything of why he was being admitted or anything?
I never made contact with any doctor.
Do you know the status of the case now?
Based off what we had, says that the state attorney no pross the case.
All right. Did the state attorney ever contact you, or did you ever get a subpoena to appear in court reference this case?
Never did.
Okay. Based upon everything you told me, do you believe you had probable cause that morning to arrest him?
Yes.
All right. Oh, one last question. Did you have time to see the witness statement from the security guard, Kevin?
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry, he's the one who gave the verbal one.
Oh, no, the verbal one, no.
He says that when you were walking Mr. Portes towards the vehicle, the time that you directed to the ground when he was in handcuffs, Mr. Portes was trying to kick you. Do you remember that?
I would suggest that he was kicking and resisting. So, and that, I mean, at the heat of the moment, I really don't recall 100%, but.
No, so even if somebody's in handcuffs, if they were trying to kick you, would you be justified in taking him to the ground?
Yes.
To prevent that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you had any more contact with Mr. Portes since his date?
Never.
Or his parents or anything to that nature?
Never have.
All right. Mr. Vasquez, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, quickly, Sarge. Officer, so you mentioned that you were canvassing the area in your car, and that's why your body-worn camera was not on. Once you exited the vehicle and you saw the subject at a distance, is it fair to say that you turned on your camera immediately?
In the heat of the moment, coming out of the car, finding the subject, making contact with him, I guess I didn't, right away. But I did have my camera on, and as soon as I realized, I was like, oh man, this just, just a function, I don't know.
And after reviewing the body-worn camera prior to giving the statement today, Is it fair to say that before you initiated any physical contact with the subject, your body-worn camera was already on?
Yes.
To the best of your recollection, did the subject ever ask for fire rescue or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Nothing further.
Well, I'm sorry. One last thing that just almost forgot. When you went back to the hospital the following day, now you're in a hospital setting with bright lights, everything. Did you see any injuries or any marks on him that would suggest that he was battered or anything to that nature?
No.
Okay. Did he ever complain to you about injuries?
He didn't complain to me about injuries.
All right. Is there anything that I failed to ask you that you would like to add to this statement?
Nope.
Has everything you said been the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
You are reminded that you are prohibited from disclosing any information obtained pursuant to the investigation until the case is closed. The time is 2:57 p.m. and this concludes the statement.